I want to bring in Bill Cunningham if I can. Bill and I have talked multiple times. We're actually we are actually neighbors. My parents have a place right next to Bill's in Florida. He's a super famous radio host. He's also an Ohio attorney. And Bill, I would love to get your take on everything that's transpired. I don't know if you've been fully briefed on everything, but Evan was just sprung from the county jail, and he can't tell us some of the details because he's still in the process of adjudication of this incident. They have not dropped the charges against him, evidently.
Yeah, I've been watching NewsNation the last several hours, beginning with Chris Cuomo and then the Bill O'Reilly piece and then you. And a couple of things come to my mind. Among them is that this thing broke Sunday night, and I have a radio show on Sunday nights, and I spoke to Governor Mike DeWine about getting the word out what was happening in East Palestine, Ohio, which is literally in the middle of nowhere. It's in Columbiana County that has about 100,000 residents. It's in the middle of nowhere because this could have been a deadly catastrophe. When I listen to Frank Sesno talk about it, yes, it could still have an explosion of one type. But there was reporting from the governor's office Sunday night to evacuate. And the sheriff's office went door to door, knocking on doors at night, telling people you must leave. And if you don't leave, we're going to arrest you and arrest your children and separate your children from you if you don't do that. And so the pretext of this was a potential catastrophe that has not yet happened. And so the governor, and I would say that executives of NewsNation have been in contact with the governor's office to get rid of that 8:30 a.m. tomorrow release of Evan Lambert, because in small town Ohio, the prosecutor and the sheriff run the place. There's no daily newspapers. Generally, there's no local news gathering television or radio. And so they're the law west of the Pecos. And if they say you don't get released till 8:30 tomorrow morning, you're not getting released. But there were executives at NewsNation that talked to the governor's office who was embarrassed by this. The governor's office did not want this to happen. And from everything I've learned so far, it was one or two police officers who took it upon themselves to charge him. They wanted to charge him the failure to comply, which can be a felony. And that's not. And so somebody in the prosecutor's office of Columbiana County said, no, the worst of this thing is a criminal trespass or a DC, which is an M4 that carries up to 30 days in jail and up to $250 fine for each count. And so he's in a situation here. He's doing his damn job. He was where he had a right to be. He was invited to be there by the governor's office. Governor DeWine was 50 yards away. Then I listened to Frank Sesno talk about the staff. The staff around DeWine on these issues is very good because of COVID-19. They had so much practice for 2 years. But the governor's staff wasn't out in the gymnasium where Evan was doing his stand-up. And so one or two officers took it upon themselves to arrest him. And once they chicken-winged him and took him down, at that point you got to do something. You can't say, okay, you're free to go. And so and I'm watching right now the handcuffing going on and that kind of stuff. But Ashleigh, I've practiced law for 30 years in Ohio. What happens in small town Ohio, small counties, is significantly different than happens in Chicago, Philadelphia, New York City, because these prosecutors and these sheriffs run the place, and what they say goes. And so I think if NewsNation was not on this thing, Evan would still be locked up. And I don't easily say the charges are going to be dismissed, because unlike the other guest you had on, in Ohio, the attorney general has a very limited responsibility. It's a civil responsibility, not a criminal one. And the county prosecutor will decide, and or municipal prosecutors, to proceed or not to proceed. And so at this point, he's out, he's free, and but he's not, in a sense, these charges may not be dismissed for a while. The governor's office worked indirectly to the Columbiana Sheriff's Office, a guy named McLaughlin, who's been there 30-some years, just elected sheriff a couple of years ago. And this is a serious black eye for Columbiana County. And I would hope that when I'm watching Evan being chicken-winged and thrown down on the concrete floor, that is outrageous. And that doesn't happen except in small-town Ohio. And in small-town townships and counties, it does happen because these guys have no one looking over their shoulder to what they're doing. And I'm so proud of NewsNation doing what they're doing tonight.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.